Do you remember when I told you in the last video that one of the more serious problems in Vienna is the high level of groundwater? This is especially the case near the Danube River. In this instance, we're talking about the second district. The groundwater level periodically rises enough for the water to start seeping into basements through the brick walls.
On their plaster, you can see warping, dampness, mold appears, and an unpleasant smell. It is a nuisance for many residents of this part of the Austrian capital.
A client from Ichstrasse came to us with just such a problem. This is yet another example of a basement where passive waterproofing, meaning bituminous insulation, not sealing mortars, slurries, and plasters, were previously used before us. Unfortunately, as usual, with very poor results. To assess the level of damage, we had to chip away the mentioned layers down to the brick wall and check the moisture level of its structure. After exposing the brick wall, we determined that injection would be necessary, but in this case, not chemical, but mineral. Unlike the external walls, we did it in the internal walls to effectively protect them against moisture rising from the foundation. We drilled holes every 10 centimeters through a template, which is a strip with holes. Each drill hole is 90% of the wall's thickness. Such horizontal insulation guarantees that moisture will not penetrate into the walls. In such a case, we apply the mortars by spraying. First, it's NCT crystal, followed by a mortar with a denser consistency, NCT CEM. The role of the NCT crystal mortar is, as the name suggests, to penetrate the wall and crystallize the water in it. This mortar simultaneously serves as a base for the next denser one, NCT-CM, which also penetrates the interior of the wall, but also protects it from water entering from the outside. Before applying the spray method for the next layer of mineral mortar, this time the third one called thermaline. First, using a level, we evenly mount plaster strips on the wall. Thanks to this, after the mortars dry, the walls will be even and their surface smoother than ever before. Important note, some of the basements are not solely used for storing unused items on which day, but they house pubs, art galleries, or wineries. Therefore, the appearance of their walls is of great importance. Although this method involves greater use of mineral mortars, it allows us to introduce wall surface finishing quality found in the latest construction into these old, over 100-year-old cellars. Even better, because NCT plasters not only provide incomparably better moisture insulation, but also do not contain human-unfriendly plasticizers of organic chemistry, which are present in ordinary plaster mortars. It is simply plastic that releases into the environment, causing allergic reactions in people, for instance. As for allergies, NCT plasters provide the highest effectiveness against mold. They also create the so-called anti-aging effect on the old walls of buildings, delaying their aging. Moreover, the mineral waterproofing of the walls and the concrete screed also creates another effect called a white tub or aquarium, because a room covered with such waterproofing will not let moisture in from any side, whether from outside or inside. The concrete floor is impregnated with NCT hydroliquid based on water glass. We do the same on the walls, of course. This effective method ensures insulation against water and molds. NCT hydro penetrates both the floor and the walls to a depth of 3 to 5 centimeters and withstands water pressure of about 5 bars, as if water were poured around the basement up to 50 meters high and could not seep through the screed and walls. And that is precisely why this insulation effect is called the so-called white tub. The thermaline top coat, in addition to the mentioned advantages, has perhaps the most important benefit today, as it also increases the thermal insulation of basements by about 3 degrees Celsius. This in turn means a reduction of heating cost for basements by about 3%, and also further savings in heating. It is mainly about apartments on the ground floor of a tenement house. Finishing basements with mineral mortars is therefore an investment profitable because the above-mentioned advantages are enjoyed for many decades. The walls visible in the frame can now be covered with mineral paint, and you can enjoy the beautiful renovation effect.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more construction tips. Thank you for watching and see you in the next project.